Uh, see here. Yeah, see it's upside down. So it's not gonna help anyways. Oh boy. Alrighty then. How's it, peoples? Welcome to Medical Systems. I'm your resident med scientist, Mr. Farid. Ah, how's it, man? Super base subs are lekker, man. Just a lekker box, and you're gonna enjoy that system. Yeah, that's it's nice and low. Just make sure your amplifier is also tuned right, eh? It don't only help that the box is tuned right, the amp also needs to be set right. You don't want to play that frequency with the amp setting is incorrect. Yeah, it needs some hours, man. Quite a bit of hours. To break a sub in, you need at least 40 hours of playtime. You gotta play a 40 hertz test tone for about 40 hours. How's it, Mr. Noe? Put this one here. There we go. Like I was saying yesterday, I have to do the 7315 today. I did this one almost 2 years ago. Yeah, that will help. I would put your subsonic on 30. I know you're gonna be trying to play 27, but realistically, how many 27 hertz and 25? Ay, what the hell? How many 27 hertz and 25 hertz tracks do you actually have, you know? Unless you're only listening to boosted stuff. Yes?
That's why it looks like a boat.
Hmm?
That's why it looks like a boat. Daddy, and the car's carrying the blue car. The pink car's carrying the blue car up on the top. Daddy, sorry.
Yeah, so coil this one, and then I'm going to be testing the pythons out, making sure they lacquer. And then I have to reassemble another 7315, but that one I gotta assemble and then coil. Because to coil just by hand like that, hey, it's a nightmare. Let me see if I can get use one of my shit out.
Daddy, I'm a policeman.
Ah.
Look. Look, I'm a policeman. Daddy, I'm a policeman.
Ah. Yeah, it's already expired. Okay. I don't have anything here. One of those things. Every time I want to use a flare on my live, they tell me, a lot of other people are using flares now. You can't use your flare. And the moment I get off my live, then they tell me, yo man, your flare's about to expire. Why don't you go live? That's the wire there that I'm pulling off now, you can see. Before I take all of it off, that's what it looks like now. That's how it was burnt. You see the magic now. Okay. Take this guy out quickly. Hmm?
Okay.
Go. Now pull this a bit back.
Daddy,
Yeah.
I don't want to go. Daddy,
Yeah.
look, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I can go here to the living room.
I can see a problem here already. There we go. Welcome to M.A.D Customs. The place where we fix your mistakes so you can go back and enjoy making more ones. Because it's never your fault when your speaker breaks. So it must be a mistake that it broke. Yeah, we fix mistakes. And as you can see, every coil that I do is done by hand. Okay. Hey, you can't have that happen here on the live. Huh? Can't have that happen on the live. Yo. And then wifey walks in and see me doing this. Yeah, it's rough stuff.
She tells you to come work so she can lay down in bed and do nothing.
You didn't want to give me attention, so she's like, man, she's not gonna look at you. Just go work already.
Listen, I was trying to convince her.
The uncle in the grey car wants his speakers.
I was trying hard to convince her that you need to lay down.
Me?
Yes. Did you not hear me talking to her that you're not supposed to be working today? I told her today Daddy isn't supposed to be working because Mommy's at home. No, but
her plan, let me tell you what's her plan. Her plan is tomorrow when you go to work, I don't have work to finish. Well, I got a lot to start, but it's one day out. So my day off won't be spent with you. It will be spent outside with her playing in the sand. That's her plan. And two things. One, I really wish that it wouldn't be, if it's cloudy, it must just be cloudy, not rain. But if not, because if it's cloudy and it don't rain, I can still do work in the car. But if it's sunny, yeah, no, my day's charged. I'm Chandis. She's gonna tell me straight I wanna go play outside because it's sunny. If it's cloudy, I can still get away with not doing anything. Now I must not do anything alone. Whereas if I can do nothing with you here, she don't want me around you. If you haven't noticed,
I don't know why.
she's called blocking me. And there we got it. Coil is done, number 1. We're gonna do number 2 now.
I don't have words for you anymore.
Yeah, she don't smack me. She smack me, and she smack you, but she smack us individually, not together. If we're together, it's a problem.
I can't tell how many times I need to rest, but she don't care.
And meds don't work on her.
Make me cupcakes, make me this, make me that. At 8 in the morning and now it's not 8 at night and I want to rest and she still don't want me to rest.
If only we could give her like panado or something that'll knock her out, but nothing works.
Yeah, that's the only problem we've got with that child, man. It's working. I tried convincing he's off for the day. What doesn't want to listen? He must go work.
No, bueno. Mira, you can do what
I must listen to the boss. The lady talk. The lady said go work. The uncle with the great car wants his speakers. So now I'm here working on the uncle with the great car speakers. And then, huh? My back? It's broken. But what I must do? There's glue. This is, you need to chew chappies for about 6 months. Then you leave it in the sun. Then it gets soft again. Then you put Milky Bar in to make it white. I must get bullied like this from a 4-year-old.
En dan laat dit kom les in die sy is nou moeg, hy moet werk. Nee, ek verstaan nie jou en jou dogter nie.
No, I won't be long. This sub is basically almost done. I need to test that pythons quickly and make sure they're sharp. I gotta test the pioneers, make sure they're sharp. If they're sharp, I can give Tebogo a message somewhat tonight and message him and tell him his pioneers is done. Then those pythons, if they're sharp.
Is that the uncle with the grey car? Babe?
Huh?
Is that the uncle with the grey car?
This one here and the pythons is the grey car uncle. So if I can
just tell this grey car uncle he's making you work on a Saturday night. Because he told you.
No, she saw him. She saw him dropping off the speakers.
From across the road.
Yeah. She was on break time and she was playing outside and she saw him dropping off the speakers. So and she was screaming, "Daddy, Daddy," and then I saw her and I was waving for her. So she saw the uncle with a grey car dropping off the speakers.
And we could have stopped.
And when I went to go pick her up, she asked me why it took so long to come fetch me. So I said, "You saw the uncle with a car came to come and drop off speakers, so I had to first get the speakers. And then I came to come and fetch you." She's like, "Oh, you did take the speakers first?" I'm like, "Yeah." Then we get into the house, into the yard, She see the speakers on the floor. Why is there so many speakers here? I'm like, you don't see the uncle came to drop the speakers off. She's like, oh, okay. When you gonna start with it? You need to work tonight. And I somehow had to start same night because my Lani did talk.
Luckily, I'm not the Lani this time.
Hey, if you were a Lani, it would have been nicer. At least I get some perks from you. I get 0 perks from that Lani. I can't even ask that Lani for a loan, nothing. That Lani don't give me nuts. Can't even ask that Lani to go get for me juice. That's how bad that Lani is.
She will tell you to go
If
fetch
my
for
glue
her
is,
juice.
if my glue is finished, I can ask you still and say, babe, I need 50 bucks quickly. I need to go get some glue. You'll be like, okay, my love, here's the 50 rand. That Lani is gonna go with me to the shop to go buy the glue, and I'm gonna come back with a bill of 400 bucks because she saw bubbles and puzzles and mermaids and tiaras and fucking butterfly wings. And then the bill gets swiped at 400 bucks. What the hell did you buy? I was with your daughter. Okay, enough said. You don't need to say anything further. Didn't I say you two mustn't go to shop together? She was crying. She wanted to come with me, and she's crying. I didn't want to leave her alone at home.
You don't leave her alone at home because her brother.
Yeah, but the boys don't give a shit about the man. They playing games and doing homework and stuff, so then she's alone basically. They'll make sure she don't die. But I mean, that's about it. Same what I do with them. I just make sure they eat and they don't die.
Mommy.
You're not funny, you.
She came to look for me now.
Yeah, you need to go now.
Must I come to bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you're not going to let mommy sleep. How you make me come to work and you go lay down? You know it's not April yet, ne?
I tricked you, Daddy.
They trick you, Daddy.
It's not April yet. Watch how our April
Okay,
fools
Daddy.
you.
I tricked them.
I'm going to take all the toys and go leave it in the garage.
Huh?
Nothing. I said nothing.
I
Watch how that
heard you.
April Fool joke is.
I heard you.
What I said.
I heard you.
What I said. What did I say?
Dad said.
What I
don't know
said.
what did Daddy say.
Yeah, you never hear. April is gonna be fun. I'm gonna video that. I'm gonna video that shit. You're gonna go to school. It's not April. Why are you making jokes with me? Why are you playing tricks on me?
We could have been watching One Piece now, season 2. But now your daddy is working. Come, let's go to bed. Get you in bed. My sick child.
And then you also come and stay in here, dressed all lekker and stuff.
Who?
You!
What?
Who else?
What?
Coming to make me hungry even further here.
Okay, go. I'm going. I'm
Yeah,
going.
go away.
Go away, Daddy.
Love you, Daddy.
Daddy, Daddy.
Love you. There we go. Second one is done. Second coil is done. I have to put my fan on so I can bake this guy. And then once it's baked, we can take out the jig and start with the second one, because I have to put the jig in to get the second one done. Okay, here we go. Second coil is done. Basically, coil has been done, completed. I don't know if this is how you do it, Junaid, but this is how I do it. Everybody's got their own ways of doing things. This is just how I do it. Alrighty then. Let me get these out the way. I need to bake this guy quickly. I'd show this whole process, but my video always gets flagged from TikTok when I do this process on camera. So I kind of can't do it on camera because I get flagged. I got shut down once. The live just ended all on its own. So I don't do the baking process on my lives anymore because TikTok decides to shut it down. And then I've got a problem. What's the time? 7:35. 7:35. So we need 13 minutes from there. Oh. 7:48. Then that coil should be done. Okay, so I've got this one here now to sort out. I can't do that way. This guy here. I have to put this coil former and everything back inside here. But in order to do such things, we have to clean the spider area to make sure that all of the old excess glue is not there anymore, because that'll block it from going in. Yeah, I think I needed to sand this guy down with the sander. Yeah, this is why I need a Dremel. I think that should be next on my list of things to buy. How's it, man? Subs for sale. I have, but I still have not yet recoiled them. I've got two 15-inch power base comps, the XL15 comps that I need to recoil and sort out. And I've also got two XTC Rebel 12s that I need to recoil as well. The XTC 15s, you're looking at about $2,000 for the set. And the power base, the power base 15s is about $2,000 for the set. And the 12s, XTC 12s, we're looking at roughly about, I think it's 1.5 for the set. Actually, not 1.5. I need to rethink that because the cones on that XTCs are not the cones. The surrounds are a little bit hectically damaged. So either the customer gets a buy on his end because he lives in Kasi, and in Kasi the rules are different from everywhere else. Because Owens will sell and buy stuff that's, I mean, I've seen guys, the stuff guys are selling on marketplace. Maybe we are. I've been looking for a Targa Comp 15 for some time now because I wanna match the Magnus on my 18s. And boy, let me tell you, what's available there outside. Woo! Hey, it's looking lelik, yo. Alrighty then. Okay. Okay. That's it. Okay. I think I need to take these guys off here before they actually get damaged. Yeah, man, they don't look very nice, eh? Wait, hold on now. That's oh yeah, that's the other one. Okay, cool. Man, it doesn't look nice, me bro. I'm telling you, it does not look nice at all. So the problem I have is that can't really. I feel bad. I can't really sell stuff that's that badly damaged. And the problem is also when the way the guys went and did the repair, they didn't repair it here. They repaired it on the outside. Where's the other one? I know I had some here. That's the long one. It's not him. I think it's this one. Yeah, well, yes. There we go. There we go. Perfecto mundos. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Gee whiz. This does not look like my fucking work, this man. Nah, somebody tried to do something here. Those don't look like my work. But okay, Victor organized for me a lot of work in, so I'm not going to be making a lot noise. As it Aussie, subwoofer repair can last very long. It depends on you, because when you send your subs in for repairs, I'm going to tell you what happened, what caused it to break in the first place, and then it's all up to you, my guy. Because remember, when you send your subwoofer in for repairs, you broke the subwoofer. The subwoofer is broken. And if you're buying it from somebody, that person broke it. So it's broken. And then I fix it. And after I fixed it, I test it. And after testing, I give it back to you. And then you put it back into the system. And more often than not, you're putting it back into the same failed system. Because the system failed, which is why the speaker broke in the first place. One, or number two, you were abusing the system and then it failed. So it all depends on you and how you use it and what you do. Yeah, this is not me. This is not me. This is silicone. I didn't fix this. I did not fix this. Mr. Victor is going to have to explain to me what's going on here. Because I don't use silicone. Why is there silicone on this dust cap? There's silicone on this. I don't use silicone, guys. This is the glue I use to do coils to glue the coil former onto the cone. That's the glue that I use. I do not use silicone. And this is clearly silicone. Let me just pull a piece off here so you guys can see. You're not even going to be able to see. I know. Let me show you guys up close and personal what the silicone looks like. I'll show you it's silicone. You see, that's silicone. That's not me. So I don't know who somebody repaired this woofer after me. I built it and somebody went and repaired it. This is silicone. I don't use silicone on my products. On my repairs, I don't use silicone. And the glue I use, I'll show you. This is one of the woofers that I've done. All right. This is the woofer cone, former subwoofer. You see that? You hear that? You hear that? That's silicone. I didn't do the subwoofer. Joe's gonna have to explain to me what's going on there. That's gonna be a nice conversation tomorrow. Because he told me the entire subwoofer ripped into pieces. The entire sub came apart. And when he sent me the evidence of the coil being out and the top being into pieces, I'm like, hey, my guy, I'm sorry, man. send it to me. Let me see what I can do. I'll try and sort it out for you. No stress. I won't charge you because obviously that's my fault. Um, Let me make a plan and fix it for you. Thanks, my bro. Now he brought the subwoofers in, and this damage, my friend, this is not my work. Or it broke and somebody else fixed it. There we go. 13 minutes is up. Okay, this guy needs to cool down as well as this guy. This thing is more hot now. Let's cool off my guy. The agreement was it's my fault that the whole thing fell apart into pieces. So I'll fix it at my cost. But clearly, this is not, that's not mine. This cone is not mine. This is not the cone that I worked on. 100% guaranteed it's not. Because of this whole top piece here, it tells me it's not what I worked on. Now, I don't mind fixing my mistakes. But you know what I'm saying? Baga baga. I don't mind fixing my mistakes, but don't try and you cannot pull a fast one on me because I work with specific things to ensure that you cannot pull fast ones on me. See all the coils that I do, once I'm done with the coil, I'll put a piece of paper on it to close up the wires. And the paper is always different colors. It's not the same color. So that way everyone knows that what work I did. All my work gets done online, on a live. It's not pre-recorded because previously I was accused of doing someone's work and taking photos of that work and then passing it off as somebody else's speaker. I don't know why I would do some dumb shit like that. Sometimes the guys give me ideas, you know what I mean? Right, so as you can see, this one's got a tear on the top here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Where is it now? It's over here, there's a tear right there on the. So what I normally do is, if it's a small tear on the inside, now obviously when the speaker's connected like this, it's difficult. I would never do a patch across here. I'll show you some of the speakers that got their patches on it. Come here, Mr. Venom. As you can see, this Venom is what I'm talking about. Sorry, there's a patch here that comes across. I wouldn't put this patch on the outside. I would put it always on the inside of the speaker. That way it's neater, it's hidden away. You can't see any of the flopsies that you made. This is why when speakers come in where the surrounds are torn, I'll keep it exactly for those type of purposes. Then what I do is I find a good patch. And I cut a nice fat piece out from there. That's not such a big tear. but it's still a big tear. It's not excessively big, but it is big. And we take off all of the unwanted parts. We toss that in the burn, and then we take just one piece that'll basically fit inside there. We first put it in to fit, make sure everything looks decent. It fits snug inside. And then, if we're happy with that, then we lather up. Yeah, I need to replace some glue here. Ah! Alright. And then, it goes in. Okay, so this one I won't be able to do tonight because I first need to have a nice conversation with Mr. Vic regarding who the fuck was busy with the speaker because it's not me. So whoever fixed the speaker first needs a clap because he definitely needs to stay away from repairs. Because if you think that a competition level speaker, a 7315, everybody knows is the competition speaker. If you really think that using silicone on the joints of your spider and coil is efficient, sorry, not efficient, sufficient to keep all of that intact, and you mix it with some bloody contact glue, then you need to go to vet copies. If somebody needs to phone the medical facilities and let them know one of the patients has escaped. Yeah, you know, we have to always rep the locals, my bro. Local is like, I'm under no delusion to think that Pirates will win the league, but there's always a chance. Sundowns is gonna mess up somewhere. I don't even know where Sundowns gonna mess up because, hey man, the way Sundowns is playing in the league, ah, I man, I don't know who's gonna catch them. And then they played us, and then they pluck some us. Ah, and if you're a Chief supporter, just stay out of the conversation, please. You're not part of the table. We need to turn 2 pages before we find where you are on the log. So just keep quiet, stay there in your room. Nah, I look, they playing hella nice, man. They playing hella nice, but ish, some of the finishes, yeah, man. When you take smoke out and it's quiet, the coil is burnt. Okay. I had the other one that just burnt completely now. Uh, yeah, that one needs to come and fetch the speakers. Galaxy. Yeah, but you know what? That's the thing. With all this bottom of the log teams, even in the English Premier League, the bottom of the log teams, boss, they hell of a hard to beat, especially towards this part of the league. Of the season. It's hard. I'm from Boksburg North in the East Rand, Joburg. Yeah, I support Wolves because last year Wolves was playing hell of a nice. Uh, I support a team that plays nice football. I don't give a shit if they win or if they lose. But if you watch the game and the way they play play the ball around, passing and all the things, is because Wolves wasn't bad last year, but um, obviously, okay, now they didn't win much and they didn't win anything, and they were at least they stayed up in the Premier League and all that. And this year, basically relegated. Fluffy, Fluffy, and me, we would have been the best of friends. Yeah, all the other team went to that United, not Aston Villa. I think United bought, Villa bought. Who else was it? I think none of Crystal Palace. That was also another Dom team. But yeah, hey, man, Wolves played nice for me last season. So yeah, if Fluffy was still here, hey, we would have been Doug Bras. Because we would have just been like, yo, man, here's a new set of woofers. Let's see if you can break these. And he would have been like, challenge accepted. And then an hour later phone me, yo, man, I see smoke. Yeah, nah. Honest, I'm happy for you, bruh. It's nice when you know, when you at a level and then you up the level. No, we don't jokes, bruh. We make lot jokes. Cause so this bruh can't be dullard now. So he must want now just blow. Let me clean this basket at least. So it's ready for tomorrow. I need to replace that one though. There should be more here. Not that one. It's longer and bigger. Not that long. Well, it is. I think this one here, we can replace it with the other one. It's here. Yeah, fix speakers from scratch. Um, which one of those two am I gonna put in there though? Let me just see something here. Okay, let me first clean here. I'm jumping around now. My ADHD is kicking in here. I'm busy. The brain is working 100 scenarios here all at once. Like I said, I don't mind fixing if it's broken, but don't send it to me and say, hey brah, you fix the speaker of mine and now it's broken. You should know I'm going to open it. And if there's any funny things, boss, I'm gonna pick it up because I have to inspect the entire thing now to make sure everything's clean and what. And if you catch on cock and you're giving me another person's fuck up to fix, at least tell me, hey man, you were sick for some time and I needed a speaker, so I sent it to another guy, and well, he made a mess of it. But now I think the reason why you kept quiet is because there's money involved now. Because now you have to pay for the repair. Because if I never fix it, if that's not my speaker that I gave you and you broke, and somebody else fixed it and then you broke it again, then it means and I have to repair somebody else's fuck up. And that becomes now a chargeable offense because the materials I use and the materials other people use is not the same. There's a lot of cleaning involved when other Menses is busy. I mean, now I must take off silicone. Walaikum salam, ta. Now I'm gonna have to open up silicone, and the thing is, silicone when you burn it off, hey, the smell of that thing. Hey. And I already have chest problems that I'm trying to recover from. But alhamdulillah, it's getting better. Now you can fix it, but it depends on the speaker also. Because I mean, like the ones I was talking about thumb speakers yesterday. I'm like, thumb speakers, bruh, just toss it. Because, or keep it, you know, because the new speaker you buy, maybe the surround gets torn or something, then you can still use the cone and the surround from the thumb speaker and use it for spares basically. But in essence, those woofers aren't worth it to repair, because brand new they cost about what, 700-800 bucks, and then if you wait for Christmas you can pick them up for 650. I'm gonna charge you 650 to recoil it. So why are we spending so much money on a repair where you might as well just buy a brand new one? And me, I'm gonna tell you straight, just throw it away or keep it for spares. Or if you want, you can give it to me. I'm not gonna use it, it's gonna lay here. I'll use it for spares. I got a whole bunch of cones that I took off from thumb speakers and what's the other stuff? Thumb Champion series, that power base, the orange one, the XTC, what's it, the XTC ones, the Pit Bulls. I've got a whole bunch of them here that I just I keep it, because at the end of the day I use it for spares. Sometimes it's a spider or that I can replace and use. I'll take that spiders and take 2, 3, 4 spiders from there, put them together and use it in a custom woofer or something. Yeah, so there you can see it. This is the one. It was black yesterday. This one was pitch black yesterday, and earlier in the video you guys saw me recoiling this one. Yeah, it's the same. It'll play exactly the same. When the wire that's on here, when it's burnt, I remove that burnt wire and then I put the same thickness wire, the gauge wire. I'll put the same gauge wire onto the sub, and then so the speaker is basically back to exactly the same way. But like I was saying to the other guy earlier, when he was asking, will it play the same and all that, so I'm like, yes, it'll play the same. It should play the same. And if you playing it exactly the same way you played it before you brought it to me, the exact same thing is going to happen. Because you see what happens is when you bring your speaker in for repairs, oh, here's a coil. This speaker was brought in for repairs. I took this coil off and that's arc. So now when I take this off, I tell you, man, this thing arced. And that means you had a lot of power into this thing. It got very hot and you played low frequencies, or you were playing normal frequencies but at a very high volume, which made the speaker go, it was flexing like hell, because this thing left the chat, and when it came back, that piece went and touched and arced, which is what caused this to happen. So I tell you that. You say, oh, okay, so that's what happened. Yeah. So your amplifier was set too high, one. Your battery voltage went low, and then the amp picked up distortion and sent it to the subwoofer. Two. Number three, your amplifier setting is set too high. Number four, Your MP setting is nice. Your battery setting is nice. Your battery voltage is nice. But you were playing it for very long. The time that you played the sound at high volumes. So you full tilted it for 2-3 hours on end. That'll also cause that shit because heat is definitely going to happen. And then it arcs. So now you've got excessive heat into the coil, and then bada bing, bada boom, you hear. Now I tell you this. I tell you this, you say sharp. Then you via home with the speaker's repaired now. You go home. No, sorry, you dropped it off here. I'm on the live. I checked this. You join the live. I tell you this is what happened to the sub. You're like, oh, okay, I see. Sharp, no problem. I've given you the information. You don't go to your car and go check your wiring, your amplifier, your voltage. You check all of those things. You don't do none of that. Even the box. The coil will tell you if the box was tuned wrong because the coil will tell you and the tensor wire will tell you this woofer here has these Allen keys. A lot of times what happens is once the spider is fully worn in, this cone can touch these. So when you come in, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. I'll show it to you. When you come into me and you say, hey man, I don't know what's happening. I'll tell you why. What's happening? You are playing the woofer very so hard. You see these dents here? These dents, they're all around. There's another one there. There's another one there. They're all around. There's another one there. Those dents is these bolts here. That means that the spider is so loose that the cone is touching the spider. It's touching these bolts, which means that this thing is going in fully. And that is what's causing a big issue because why? If you persist with that, this will end up going and you end up with this. That's what ends up happening. So, you know when you're making videos and the sub is doing this, it looks hell of a nice on the video. Yeah, and then that happens and then bye-bye. Your cone is there, the sub is still playing because the coil is still connected. The cone is damaged. It'll keep going in and out and it'll go in and out and then sometimes you pick it up once because you hear it sounds funny so you'll turn the volume down. Other times you're not even in the car. You're standing outside there with a hubbly talking to the nyash and then the next thing you know, Bobby's no longer your uncle. Now you need to get a hold of my release because she done broke your speaker. There you won't see smoke. It just goes from playing to nothing. Brian, I've explained this so many times to the Owens, but mensen think I talk cock. Here's the thing, let me put it to this way, right? The question is, can doing work on a sub make it stronger? And I'm assuming you're talking about the coil. Here's the thing, if I put a thicker wire on the coil, where's my speaker key? That thing won't work, man. I had an open speaker here with just the, there we go. There he is. All right, you guys see this gap? You see this gap? Right, that gap is your coil gap. Your coil goes inside that gap and that creates a magnetic field. So when you look on the box or you look on the specs, it'll tell you SPL. That's the sensitivity of the speaker as a whole. Now some speakers will be like 88, others are 87, others are 89, some are 90, 91, 92. Now if you get a speaker that's in the 92s, that's a very musical speaker. Now here's the thing. If you got a speaker that's 88, but the gap is quite big, if you can increase the thickness of the wire and make that gap smaller, you've in essence increased the sensitivity. Now, how the sensitivity works on a speaker is when when the sensitivity on a speaker is high, like with the Pioneer Champion series, that's a 92 SPL sensitivity. Anything above 90 will require little power for it to be loud. I'm not talking about dBs, I'm talking about loudness. So 90 plus sensitivity will make a speaker play loud. So on a 4 channel, everybody knows on a look, don't we're not bullshitting here, we're not lying to ourselves here. We can all agree that a flea market box, those long flea market boxes with a single 12-inch Pioneer Champion series running off a 4 channel, that shit bangs. Now obviously it's not a competition system, we understand that, but Varit is Varit, it bangs. Now that thing has a 92 dBs, 92 sensitivity. If you take an 88 sensitivity means you have to put a lot of power into it for that speaker to be loud. Now, if you can increase the thickness of the wire on the coil and minimize that gap so that when you put the coil in, it takes very long to go down, which means that when you're playing it, it creates a more forceful magnetic field, which is why the 92 sensitivity is so strong, because the magnetic field that it creates is so strong. And on the Pioneers, that's why the magnets are so small, is because the sensitivity is so high, you don't really need a big magnet for it to be loud. But if you've got a big magnet and it's a strong one, and you increase the sensitivity from 88, look, you'll have to measure it to understand, to know that, hey, you know what, the sensitivity is now 92 or 91 or whatever the case may be. But you can guarantee definitely that if you have increased the thickness of the wire and now your spacing, the space between where the coil fits in to the wall on the outer ring, that space is now decreased and it's closer to that wall, but it's still clean. It still clears the center pole. Then you'll know the sensitivity definitely has gone up, because now to push that speaker down becomes a little bit harder, which means that now the sensitivity has increased. How much? I don't know. You'll have to put it on a DATS to find out exactly which one. Now, putting a thicker size wire on the coil, that also increases the power capabilities, because why? You're gonna have to put more power into it to get all of the wire, to get power through all of the cable, all of the wire. On a 0.4 mil wire, it'll be able to handle 4,000, say 1,000 RMS, and then all of the wire is full of power. And then if you put 1,500 RMS, there's too much power to go through that wire, to that thickness of wire, and then that's what causes the wire to fail, and then it breaks. But if you put a thicker wire, then obviously it'll be able to handle more power. Also, it'll take longer for for the wire to get full of power, which means it takes longer to heat up, which in essence also makes it sound like it's louder. If you're using a glue that can handle higher heats, that means also that you can put more power to it because it takes longer for the speaker to heat up, and then that also will make it sound like you'll think that it's louder once you fix it. But theoretically, practically, if you want to make a speaker louder, you need to change the thickness of the coil so that the sensitivity is a lot stronger. Number two, you need to send the magnet in for remagnetization so that they can make the strength of the magnet stronger than what it currently is. That is another can of beans to open up because to make the magnet stronger, some subs come with 25 mil slugs, others come with 30 mil slugs, others come with 20 mil slugs. Each size slug can handle only a certain amount of magnetization, and that is a problem. So that's the reason why a lot of woofers will come with a 25 mil or a 35 mil. They'll come with two 25 mils, three 25 mils, or two 35 mils, those type of things. If you have all of those stuff in place, then you need to look at the top plate and the bottom plate. If the top plate is big, sensitivity also goes up. If the top plate is small, sensitivity goes down because of the magnetic field. The bigger the top plate, the more magnetic field it can create because then your center pole has to be higher, which creates a larger vacuum of magnetic field, so to speak. The bottom, same story. Then you're looking at vents in the bottom, vents or no vents in the bottom. A lot of competition woofers don't have vents. All that magnetic field doesn't escape. No heat escapes. Nothing. So it's for quick bursts. But if it's got ventilation underneath, you can musical that thing. But the short answer to your question, does putting changing something on the speaker, on the coil, make the sub stronger? Yes and no. But the answer is not as simple. I hope that the explanation makes sense. I try to put it as simple as I possibly can without using too many high words because I don't even understand the high words. But yeah, that's about as simple as I can make it. Knocking subwoofer is the speaker is bottoming out, so it's going all the way down to the bottom of the former. The bottom of the former is hitting the bottom of the magnet. See, 5K RMS continuous. Continuous for how long is the question. And then the thing is, hey, 5,000 RMS. Hey. Do you know what battery power you need to have in your car to make 5,000 RMS? I think you need an 80 amp lithium bank, which means 5,000 RMS would be, I would say, the power base 30K. And if I'm not mistaken, the power base 30K needs at least 600 amps, which means you need at least 700 amp batteries because you don't want to put exactly. You wanna have some headroom, so you'll need 700 amp CSBs or 80 amp lithium bank to give you the 5K, and then all of those batteries needs to be charged to have full power to give you that. And then you're playing 35 hertz. The box needs to be tuned to 35 hertz. The song you're playing must be there but at 35 hertz. If you're getting 5K RMS, let's for argument's sake say in a perfect world, 5K RMS for an hour, it's gonna get hot. Guaranteed it's gonna get hot. For an hour, 5,000 RMS, it's a hell of a lot. And that box is gonna have to be tuned to perfection. It cannot, you cannot be a hertz out, because a frequency out at that RMS is going to send some serious clipping. And that's the problem. 5,000 RMS, it's a hell of a lot. At 35 hertz, that sub's gonna be moving. I think the hooligans are the FS on it is 35 hertz. But my bro, yeah, that's gonna be a lot. That's a lot of krach at that frequency. Now I like it. I'm all for it. I am all for it. My thing is just the battery power that's required to pull off 5,000 RMS is your first hurdle to overcome. Wifey, Saujati, Saujati. Saujati! I said that. Who you call it? Saujati! Saujati! You were looking for me earlier?
Yeah, apparently her bed's not nice. So I told her to come lie next to me. And then she was instructed to rub her back. Who does that remind you of?
Reminds me of you.
No, it reminds me of you.
When do I ask you to rub my
Just
back?
rubs my back for me.
No, I don't ask you to rub my back.
And then, nay, I rub. She's like, no, up, mommy, up, mommy. Like you when you say, scratch here, scratch. Man, I told you up. Same, you two, same problem.
I'm not done with this here. I'm not going to be able to do that other one. Does this look like my work?
No.
No. I can see.
He says this is one. This is this. Okay, this don't look at this. I'm talking about this inside. That's not mine. This I just pushed in now because it was separate. You remember he sent me a message and said the speaker played for about 20 minutes and then it broke up like that.
Mommy.
He brought somebody else's speaker here and getting me to fix it for free. So I'm not touching the speaker until I've had a conversation with him and he's explained himself to me. Because like I said, I don't mind fixing a speaker, but don't lie to me. Now it's going to be a cost now. That's why you're lying. But surely you should know that if you're sending it to me, I have to open the speaker and do everything. I'm going to find out.
Okay, come, bed.
Super tweeters, no, I don't do it.
Come, let's go.
How many watts? 100 amp hour battery deliver. That's the wrong way to look at it. You need to look at the amplifier and see how many. You you need to look at the amplifier and see how many amp hours the amplifier requires. Don't look at the battery and see how many watts the battery can give you. You need to look at the amp and see how much the amp requires. Because the amp will tell you 100 amp, we need 600 amps to make 1000 RMS. And then you need to put 600 amp hour batteries. Or it'll tell you 800 or 1200, whatever the case may be, it'll tell you. The amplifier will tell you how much batteries you need. You can't work it out from the battery what size amplifier to get. You're still gonna have to go to the amplifier to see what watts it produces. So look at the amplifier and then it'll tell you how many batteries you must get. Because ultimately, if you're asking about battery things, about wattage on batteries, you're trying to figure out how many batteries you're gonna need for your amplifier. So the amp will tell you how many batteries you'll need. But 100 amps, not much, eh? You probably get away with about 600, 800 RMS with 100 amps. I'm just spitballing, I'm not 100% sure. And then it depends on the brand of amplifiers also. Very important because the brand will, which brand you're buying. Are you buying 4-channel, monoblock, 5-channel? All of that. All of those play a big role into how much it'll take. You then yeah, see the 4000 RMS ones, it's gonna need power, bro. You need at least 3 batteries there to get 4000 RMS. At least 3 batteries in the back. That's minus the one that's in the front. 300 amp hours. Then you'll get your 4000, no problem. No stress, my brother. That's what I'm here for. Look, you can put one battery there. It's not gonna like not play or anything. But I mean, if you're really looking to go for you wanna beat on him. You wanna get all that power out of there. Yeah, no, then you're gonna need to get something like 3, 4 batteries in there. Perfect mundo. You guys see what I'm doing here? This is the process now. I've coiled it, I've baked it. I've soldered it, and now I'm closing it up. So you guys are watching the whole process. Nice shot, bro. Yeah, either they don't want to help or they can't help. There's a difference there. The sound game is a bit weird, bruh. Everyone's your friend until you become competition. Then it's a different story. There's very few people in the industry that'll help you be better than them. I share all my work online. There's a lot of Owens that came here as customers. Then they go to my lives, they come to my live, or they go to my YouTube channel, and then they go see what I'm doing on my YouTube channel. Because I tell the answers here on the live also. I've got a YouTube channel. All the lives that I do here, you can check there. And then they go on my YouTube channel and they learn how to do the work. And the next thing I know, they're always no more bringing me work. And now the man is phoning me and asking me, hey man, is this glue okay to use for this? Is this glue okay to use for that? Me, I tell you alles. And the next thing I know, you're seeing work is being done. That's always talking about doing speaker repairs now. And I'm like, now? All of a sudden, guy is doing speaker repairs now. Why did he come to me then? To repair his speaker? Why he never do it himself in the first place? It's only after I repaired his speaker, now Bra is doing speaker repairs. It's weird like it, boss. Me, I work like this. Me, I can help anybody and everybody. There's just one thing I won't help you with, is my coil glue. Because I did work too hard to get that. And you can't get everything for nothing. Me, it took me 2 years to get to the glue stage part. But at the end of the day, that 2 years cost me a lot, bruh. Of different glues I'm using and the phone calls, the driving around to go buy stuff. Me, I take it as that was my university fees. So now you don't want the varsity fees, you don't want to pay varsity fees, but you want a degree. So that's why I can't tell you what glue I use when I'm doing my quilts. Because you must also pay some varsity fees. Whew. Olha, velho. Certo nesta, né? Hey, the way the always overlook the voltage on the amplifiers. Me, I play my bass according to my voltage. If my voltage goes below 12.6, I turn the bass down a little bit. I make sure my bass plays on 12.8 all the time. That way I know my amp is giving clean power to my subs no matter what. But the minute it goes to 12.5, 12.4, down there, we're becoming questionable now. But again, that's me. Other ones, they don't follow the same protocol. Everybody got their own ways and their own system of how they do things. Me, I don't like to knock people. That's why I put on my profile there. It's just me showing the way how I recoil. And when you say, so that's how you do it. No, I don't know if that's how you do it. That is just how I do it. I don't know if other people are doing it the same way. People are doing different things. There you go. Code is done. Paper is on. This paper is to cover up the solder. It's supposed to help with heat, but the ovens are breaking the speakers through that even. So I don't even know. They want the speakers to be indestructible. It's basically you put a turbo in the car, then you put a second turbo in the car, then you put a supercharger, then you find a way to put another supercharger, then you find a way to run all of that on ethanol, then you find a way to run all of it with nitrous, then you put a bigger bottle of nitrous, then you find another way to put 2 extra turbos in the back. You put 2 extra turbos in the back. Now you've got 6 turbos in the car and 4 superchargers and 8 bottles of nitrous. And then the engine doesn't blow. No, sorry. Forget the engine. You're running all of that on a standard transmission and you don't expect the clutch to go. That's basically in a nutshell. So yeah, that's how it is here. But we do what we do. We roll how we roll. Alright, so he's done. Hey man, I was busy with this thing so long, it's already late. I'll have to do testing tomorrow. I can't do testing now, it's too late to do testing. Yeah, the GT stripes. You've got to put a GT stripes because that adds at least 50 kilowatts. Or so I heard. The one uncle in Brakpan told me it adds 50 kilowatts if you put GT stripes. And if you put the flames on the side of the car, it's another 100 kilowatts. And I don't know how many of you guys will remember, but back in the 90s, well, yeah, I'd say late 90s, because I was in matric when this was a thing, 99. I'd say very early 2000s, late 90s. Remember the cars used to have the splash on the bonnet? Yeah, that gives another 25 kilowatts if you put the splash there. And I want used to buy mal with the splash thing, man. Yo. And the bigger the splash sticker, the better it looks. Hey, look, some of them looked hella nice. I'm not gonna lie even. I used to look at it and used to be like, yo, that looks hard. Yo. Nee, that's not it. Hey, if me I get a golfie, me I'ma hold me a splash also there on the fender and the bonnet. And then others come with small splashy keys. I'm like, shame, man. What happened? Never paid a water bill? Diego recoil costing for 12 inches 650 and for 15s is 850. Man, them were the days, man. I always used to decal the shit out of the cars. Now it's bags. Everybody got bags. I asked the question one day and people went off on me. They did not find. They thought I was trying to be funny, but I genuinely wanted to know: do people take out loans, or not necessarily take out loans? Do people put bags in the car, and do the when you go and put bags in the car, do you have the option to do a payment plan? Because I mean, if you're putting bags in the car, it costs you 40 grand, 50 grand, depending on what type of bags you're putting in the car. And then the remote control, the Bluetooth, and the what's, and connecting to the phone, and all that stuff, it just makes, like, every extra feature is 10,000 bucks. So like 60, I checked the old brass said 70 grand he paid for $8 for his bags because it's a triple layer. And man, I just wanted to know where's this man of working? Yeah, that Dion, that there's on the fender. I remember I did that with my Corolla also. I used to ride there on the Corolla on the side, like VW, like Golf One, and I have it scratched out. Was Golf One, Opel Cadet, 200 IS. Then I had BMW 325 out, Super Boss out. I used to have them scratched out like that. And I always used to drive past my car. I used to see the decal and I'd be like, nah, man. Because I had a Corolla 130. Standard. Even the standard rims on the car, 13-inch rims. Yeah, no, the creativity is gone, man. The creativity is gone. Owens aren't having fun with their cars anymore. Everyone is just doing exactly the same as everybody's doing. Because I check now, hey, the bags is in the thing. Oh, it's bags and the roof box. Got to have a roof box, man. You have to have the roof box. Because if you don't have a roof box, I mean, really, do you really have a car if you don't have a roof box? Are you even in the car scene if you don't have a roof box? And then you get the Beetle Owens who go old school with a roof rack and then they tie the scooters on the top. There's some skills out there. Me, I smack it, bruh. I'm here for all of it. Seriously. I don't give a shit what cock you catch on with your car. Me, I love it. I love it. I don't judge nobody. Exactly. You see that roof box first and you're like, what the hell is that? No, it's the roof box. Why is it floating? Oh, no. Okay, there's a Polo. The Polo was driving in the sewage and the roof box was there on the street scraping. Nah, it's just I love it because I don't smack menses charging me for my car. Whoa, don't talk about the spinners, bruh. Yo, how I wanted spinners for my car. Yeah, no man. And there was some good ones. The 17-inch rims, they used to come in 17s and 18s only. They never made small. And then somebody decided, hey man, why are we only making for 17s and 18s? Us small guys with 15s also want to play little bit spinners. And then they basically killed the market once they did that because now it lost its uniqueness because now you put a 15-inch rim on a standard ride height and you got a spinner and then you pull up next to it's got a 17, drop suspension, more sound in the boot, cars banging, rim is still spinning from last week. You pull up there. Plus the spinner stop when you stop. Oh man, them Chinese spinners are hectic stuff, bruh. Yo. If Timu was available that time, yo, boss, I would have been slamming spinners. Nah, let me vibe. I need to take my medication. And me, when I take meds, phones get bigger and rums are getting smaller. Yeah, but back in the day, phones was getting very small. That fur was for practicality uses, bruh. It wasn't there for nothing. That fur was to hide the cracks on the dash. That's why the fur was there. It's to hide away the cracks. And the louver in the back was to hide the tissue box. You know, you had to have tissue box and a stay soft bottle next to it. The refill. That was our air freshener back in the day. Yeah, no, that's not going down. Very, very down memory lane. I need to fuck my medication, and me, I pass out on Panado. So you must know, it takes me at least 6 minutes. I'm gone. I'm snoring, and I can hear wifey and baby still awake there. So it's gonna be a while before I can actually take my meds. Because I get shouting when I take it too early. Because then I start snoring and then they can't sleep. Sure, my guy. I'll be back on Monday. I'll have a full report on the other one, if I can continue with it or not, and what's the story there. But come Monday, we will be starting with. I got two 15-inch Venoms, 15s, Venom 15s, and then I got four of the power base comps, but two is the customers and two needs to be sold. So we'll see how that goes on Monday. Zo, my Owens, flat, die story is uit. Ons praat weer maandag.